Hello. Wait. Ah, God. Try something here. This might or might not work, of course.
Click, click. All right, so again, compulsively going live. I haven't got much time. There's a lot going on in the house at the moment. For one thing, I've got Sydney water outside there because there's a leak coming in. We're getting water. Literally, the system is giving us water. It's leaking into our property. Very exciting, isn't it? So at any second now, the door's going to knock, and I'm going to have to pretend. I'm going to have to pretend that I'm just a regular person going about my day and not some this thing that I am. So the reason I thought I'd actually go live because I'm in an army. You see, I'm a you know this work here. I think you know it now. Now I look at it, I think it looks great in the camera. But when I look at it there, just bear with me. When I look at them, is a huge undertaking. It requires a big perspex box, so it kind of comes off the surface. You can see it extend beyond the surface. It needs thickness. It needs. It's a serious undertaking. All right. It's really like it's saying it's kind of saying I'm all that. I'm really important. I need to have a very special frame. Now I don't think when I look at it now, I think it's not there. It isn't there. I'm not prepared to frame. I'm not prepared to go through the drama for it's not there. All right. And so what it means is, and I was thinking, okay, I'm going to go to the studio. I'm going to and do it. I'm going to make it something else. It's not what I wanted it to be. But then I thought, oh, no, I can't do it. And I thought, you know what? I'll do it live because live, it's different. It's something else. So I thought I'd rather do it in front of the camera because somehow I feel more weirdly okay about doing it in front of you than I do about just doing it in front of myself. So I'm just going to do it. And I think the key is not to even look, and ask yourself, well, what is it? I don't know yet. But you know what? Taking it off, I don't want to think about that. But all I know is the only thing I know is that I wasn't there. And the thing I wanted to say is I was walking the other day, and to jump with my daughter, who hates dead birds. She's freaks out about dead birds. So if she sees one, she's immediately unsettled by that. But the point being, it's going to tilt this up. The point being, the point being is that I saw this dead bird, right? It was a pigeon, just a good old-fashioned street pigeon, and it didn't have a head, right? So it was lying there, splayed, the wings out. This beautiful, I mean, and I have to say, it was probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, right? It was just, and it spoke of many things. It spoke of many things. I thought it's the most perfect object I've ever seen, you know, and if my drawing can't be that, if this can't be that, then it's not there yet. So somehow that is, and that ties into all these thoughts I've been having about wounds lately. You know, places that I'm going to which are about wounds. I know they are because that's the strongest resonance I have now with the work I'm doing. So I have to just kind of have that resonating, whatever it is, whatever that strange attractor is that's spinning around, that is pulling me towards the idea of a wound. I have to kind of be true to that. And that kind of was that, but it wasn't, if you know what I mean. So it kind of has elements of it, but somehow it wasn't there. And I don't know why, and that's fine because I just know that it wasn't there. So whatever there is, well, it's not there. So we have to keep going. Um, see what other clues we get as we go along the way, and that's really it. So yeah. thinking, the thought process. There isn't necessarily one at this stage. In fact, I was thinking about that the other day. I think I work instinctively and then reflect afterwards. So, and the idea, if it happens on while being observed, I'm just testing that idea. What happens if are you more instinctive, less instinctive? I think I'm about to get a call. Sydney Water, excuse me. Stay, OJ. All good. So that's what I'm instinctive. Wounds, well, actually wounded. So this is wounded by the machine. This is wounded by me. Don't be afraid to put your hands on it. You wound it and then you repair the wound. You repair the wound. So this could be what this is looking for at this stage. Actually, can't see how it fits now. Interestingly, that looks like that goes like that. Yeah, look at that. And this is what my instincts are telling me. Repair this wound now. Repair it. But it's a wound I made. What does it mean to repair a wound that you self-inflicted? This is exploring that same idea of wounds, and here the wound is axiomatic. Like I feel like this is the axiom of what I'm trying to do. Where we have an A4 page, I intentionally tore it up into grids and then tried to repair it. So it's a bit like the story of Eden, the story of the expulsion of Adam and Eve from this perfection, and then this constant attempt, at least in that mythology, to return to Eden. And you never can. It's asymptotic. You never quite can get there. So whatever you do, the closest you can get is some repaired state of an initial wound. And that felt like an interesting metaphor. So that instinctively feels right now, is to repair this wound that I've self-inflicted. That feels more. I like that there's an interesting parallel. So there's the wound made by the machine, this my evolver machine wounding the paper, and then there's the wound that I made. And somehow, as part of our collaboration, that speaks to me. So that's what I'm now going to do. I'm now creating a very unpleasant problem for myself: is how do you repair this wound? Well, you do it the old-fashioned way. You get thread and you start sewing. Oh, found a needle. That's useful. Yep, we've got movement. That's beautiful. I'll probably have to take it off and work on a table, which I can do. I mean, that's not a problem. And I probably need to go now because I'm sure I have to go to gym. So the main purpose of this little encounter was I felt like I couldn't rip that all by myself. I needed you there. I needed you there to observe, to be there, which is an interesting idea in itself. Because I guess it's that performative thing. There's all that doubt that plagues you when you on your own in this space. But when you are in front of the camera, you have to be more. Well, it seems that there's a commitment, and maybe I could just learn from that. I don't know. So that's it. I'm going to go now because I've got to get ready for gym. Okay, great to see you. It's been a while. It hasn't been that long, but it's been long enough.